Hi. As I woke up in the early hours of this morning, I had two distinct pictures in my mind. Things we've all heard, but I feel that they're very relevant for right now. One was of an elephant. Yes. When they capture an elephant for a circus, as a baby, they place a peg on its leg so that it cannot escape. It just walks in a confined circle, around and around and around, in a limited space provided. As it continues to grow into a huge animal with immense strength and power, with that same small peg it is tied to, it continues walking in that same small radius because it feels the restraint pulling on its leg. It has learned that limited behavior. Now, that elephant has the potential and the strength to break free in a second, to break those bonds of limitation and trample over every obstacle that dares to stand in its way. That peg did not have the ability to hold the elephant from its destiny. It was the elephant's mindset that limited it to stay within the confines placed upon it. The other picture that came to mind was of a bird in a cage. The bird was born to be free, born to fly, to soar in the skies. But after a time of lockdown in a cage, it loses all desire to go outside of those confining bars. Even when you open the door, it may remain in the confines of those bars because inside it is safe, it is comfortable, it's fed each day. Now, after a time of lockdown in its cage, if it was set free, it would actually feel the pain of freedom. The bird would have to fend for itself, protect itself from predators. It would have to search for its own food. It would actually have to fight for survival. Oh, but if it were free, it would be able to soar in the skies, experience exceptional views, experience things it could never, ever experience in the confines of the cage. Its life would be limited to providing a little entertainment in that small environment, living in a limited existence. Not what it was created for. We are at a place right now where we are in danger of living a limited existence. We are at that place of destiny decision right now. We have been in lockdown with limitations placed on us that could change our mindset forever if we allowed it. We cannot allow that to happen. We must look beyond the limitations and look forward. We must do everything we can to prepare for the future. We must get creative, not comfortable. Creative, not comfortable. And it may be worth putting a word of warning in for people in my generation. The older you get, far older than me of course, the harder it is to face the world with hope, creativity, and the desire and ability to change. We must be able to change and adapt to our changing world. We live in a world where constant change is here to stay. We must be able to adapt and fit into this changing world to succeed. We must not get stuck. We must have a mindset to succeed, no matter what it takes. We were put on this earth with purpose, and we must fulfill it and not settle in the struggle. In lockdown, we must seek God for the way forward. We seek His creativity. We cultivate an attitude of conquering, and we overcome every obstacle. We completely eliminate the word failure from our vocabulary. And if we fall forward, and we stand up and we keep moving forward. There is a strategy inside of you to overcome every setback. I want to encourage you at this time to look beyond the bars of confinement and remember Paul and Silas. When they were locked up, they praised their way out. They praised and praised and praised their way out. They looked beyond the bars. They did not sit in defeat. They stood in victory. The praise came from behind the bars before their miraculous release. Yes, we are in a shaking. But for Paul and Silas, the shaking brought release into their future. The shaking allowed them to walk free. God is not shaking to harm you, but to release you into greater. God has greater for you. Don't be fearful of the shaking. Find out what is being removed, being shaken off, and then walk into your freedom. Be determined to outlast any opposition. In God, overcome every obstacle. Let His creativity show us the way through every challenge. Put your trust in God. Peer beyond the bars. Prepare for a great future and praise your way forward. This is Rosanna Palmer.